EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again.
Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Over the middle, completes this to Ward. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC championship. It's a first down.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
And some room to work. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now Griffin on second down. Completes this one to Meredith. Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun, Griffin.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They'll start on the ground here. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return will stop right around the 25. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Thompson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Griffin to throw. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Pats are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half. Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He'll look to throw. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Successful start to the drive. 17 yards and moves the sticks.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
Down to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. And they'll
keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 54 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On the carry, Thompson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Here's Griffin. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. New England's offense set to go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man here is Gentry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides. Look at him go.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. 69 yards.
And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now Griffin on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
On second down, here's Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 41. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They go with Thompson again. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. Second down and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Steelers are back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
This offense on third down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Griffin. He's going to sling this deep downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Griffin. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now Griffin.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Griffin will throw again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the New York Giants. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now it's Griffin. Eluding the pressure right.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Patriots are able to widen their advantage.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the shotgun, Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch in this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Hand off to Thompson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, not a fun game at all for anyone who's playing defense on the field at this point. They just gave up another first down on another good run. I wonder if the defense coordinator just says, let's sell out, play against the run, and not worry about getting beat by the pass.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This is Ford. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now Griffin. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Well, the pass interference call on the previous play, that set them up nicely for that 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize from a yard out. Plenty of barking from the sideline about the call, naturally so. But maybe you have to quit barking a little bit and focus on the next play. Their focus wasn't there, and they gave up the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fighting his way through contact. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Patriots coming out now. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
He's going to keep this again. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now it's Griffith. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Second and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Point after try forthcoming. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. These fans on pins and needles, a Super Bowl berth on the line, tied in the 4th quarter as the kick is away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up a throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this one likely on the short list for Game of the Year candidates, and boy, did it come in a good one here in the playoffs. All tied in the 4th with a berth to the Super Bowl on the line. Buckle up, everybody. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. 4. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
A dependable running back is a coordinator's best friend, someone you can trust in those situations to push forward and get the yardage you need however possible.
This is Thompson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 47 now, that work with a 2nd and 7. from the gun. They'll try to run it.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Griffin. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. On the ground with a tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ward. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Back to throw here.
Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for New England. 62 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
2nd and 5. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They need a touchdown to tie it. Of course, they know full well they won't have too many more possessions, if any, in this championship game. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
On 2nd down, Griffin. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
On third down, Griffin. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. He's going to let it go again.
That is incomplete.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing,
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. He'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here's Griffin. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's third down. Here's Griffin. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete.
The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
These fans on pins and needles. A Super Bowl berth on the line, tied in the 4th quarter as the kick is away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense.
And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach made you say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Griffin.
He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints, and they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's McDonald. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, it's Griffin.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now. But in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change, because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on third down.
And that's what you might look back on as being a turning point. If he holds on to that, this game's over. But that's going to give this offense a second lease on life, and you can't afford to do that here in overtime.
They'll look to throw here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way, and they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
Anything short of a first down ends this ball game. Here's 4th down.
Looking to throw.
That is caught. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
It goes as a pickup of 23. And it gives the Pats a first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's 3rd down.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's 1st down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. They'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll get this to Ward. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. 2nd possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death. Or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back
on. Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
Well, 1 OT wasn't enough. We better make it 2 to determine who advances to the Super Bowl. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie up this ball game. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 2nd down now. It's Ford, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They give it here to Thompson, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, hello, my name is Mike.
Here's Griffin. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
What a call this is. Tied in overtime, and they are going to line up to go for it. 4th down.
Here's Griffin to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Pats are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the 4th quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. Taking it about the 16. And shedding through the tackle. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Now, do you try for more yardage or get to the spot that your kicker wants? Here's 2nd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They run with Thompson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On the ground, it's Ford. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown!
They're going to win it.
And let the celebration begin. In an overtime thriller, they're off to the Super Bowl. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again,
just a great game that we bore witness to.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.